Shannon, and I'm going to be brutally honest today about New York City stereotypes that are actually true. So if you're a New Yorker, you probably want to stop watching right about now. But if you are visiting, feel free to take notes or check out my blog post linked down below for more, all spelled out. So, if you haven't already, please click the subscribe and bell button so you don't miss a future video. I create a ton of New York City and travel videos, all linked down below. And let's get into it. Here are the top 11 stereotypes about New York that are actually true. Number 1, New York City is expensive. This is so true. New York is one of the most expensive places in the world, and it was actually, fun fact, bought for $24 in beads, and since then, from the Native Americans, it has definitely increased in price in so many ways. So screenshot this if you want to get a better sense of how much it costs for certain things. Number 2, apartments are tiny. This is unfortunately so true. You pay a lot for a very small apartment. Sometimes bedrooms feel more like closets. Sometimes you don't even have a closet, which is technically illegal. A bedroom consists of a closet and it should have a window. I've lived in places that didn't have a window or had a very tiny window. I've lived in a lot of different places, in 5 different apartments, in 5 different areas of New York City, and I've seen it all. Apartments, no matter what, for the price point, are a lot smaller here than they are anywhere else because landlords can charge more money for a smaller space. There's a lot of demand that they have to meet and people will pay it. So a real apartment is often sliced into a lot of extra apartments because landlords can do it. I've lived it. So when I first moved here, I lived in a studio with my close friend. I've even lived in a 1-bedroom converted to a 2-bedroom, which a lot of times there are these conversions that technically means that you have a fake wall that is made out of plaster that they put up to separate a new bedroom space in the larger living room, or even you use furniture. You gotta do it, and fortunately it's a part of the way of life here in New York, making the most out of your space. It's part of the way of life here in New York. Number 3, it is always noisy. It is really hard to find a good place to film to tell you this because there is always honking, there are always sirens, there's always a jazz band in the middle of a park. You never know what to expect. It is noisy. But that is not necessarily a bad thing. In the beginning, when I first came to New York, and I actually first stayed over at my friend's place in Brooklyn, she went to sleep very quickly and I was having trouble sleeping because of all of the sirens and honking. Now I realize that I honestly can't go to sleep without being lulled to sleep by the sirens and the honking. It's just part of New York City. New York City for you. Number 4, New York is dirty. Yep, that's all I have to say about that. Number 5, New Yorkers are territorial. They take their territory, their area, their neighborhood as seriously as they take their favorite pizza place, which is pretty serious. If they live in Manhattan all their life, they will never move out of Manhattan. If they're from the Bronx or Brooklyn, they will stay dedicated and true to their neighborhood, their area. If someone is from upstate New York, Long Island, or New Jersey, and they say they're a New Yorker, beware, because New Yorkers are so territorial, they will bite your head off and tell you why you're not a New Yorker in their eyes, even though, for the most part, you are. They're territorial. Don't take it personally. How about that? It happens, but don't take it personally. Number 6, New Yorkers only wear black, or very dark colors. Navy, it counts as a color, so it's fine. But this is so true. I have had a boss who only wore black, and I've known so many New Yorkers who have nothing but a fully black closet. I have started to fall into this trend, unfortunately, with a lot of black clothes and dark clothes. Even though I love color, don't get me wrong, but there is something about that New York City uniform that's just all black, black dresses all day, and that doesn't mean that you can't wear whatever you want though, because if you wear anything, a rainbow tutu I like to say, they won't even notice, they won't even care. So wear whatever you want, but just know it is true that all New Yorkers basically do wear black. Number 7, the subway is confusing. So know where you're going before you go underground, before you lose service. Check it out in an app like Google Maps, and check out my video for more of 25 tips to not get you lost in the New York City subway. Number 8, New Yorkers believe New York City is the best city in the world, which is just true. So there's that. Number 9, people are always in a rush. This is so true. New Yorkers walk really fast and they always have somewhere to be. It is something about the ambitious nature of New Yorkers that are always trying to get somewhere faster, and it's contagious. So sometimes I find myself just getting into the pace of things. There's actually a pace to the way people walk on the sidewalk, and if you're walking too slow, they'll let you know, they'll go around you. You just have to kind of keep up a little bit or sort of step to the side and let them go. It is a certain rush about it that is part of New York City and part of the ambitious nature of New Yorkers. Don't be offended. People are just trying to be extra efficient, trying to get places. Just let them keep going. Number 10, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. It sounds cheesy, but people who look to achieve their dreams, whatever it may be, here in New York, have a lot of competition, so they have to work a lot harder, and for some reason, if they succeed here, it's so true. They're more likely to succeed other places. I can't really explain it other than that, but it's true. Number 11, New Yorkers are always right. That's just a fact. It's just right, so that's all I have to say about that. I'm Jen with The Travel Women, and that is it. Those are my 11 top stereotypes that are actually true here about New York and New Yorkers. So if you enjoyed it, please comment below. Tell me your favorite stereotype or another stereotype that I didn't include. And don't forget to click the subscribe and bell button so you don't miss a future video. I share a ton of New York City videos, all linked down below. So feel free to keep watching, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, say yes to new adventures, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Sharing the top stereotypes about New Yorkers. These are everything you can imagine. It is currently raining.